Angie, and welcome to a makeup collaboration, a creepy makeup collaboration at that, with myself, Miss Kiana, aka Freakmo FX on YouTube, and Mr. Will Daemon. This collaboration came about spontaneously, which I think is always fun to have to think on the fly. We were just hanging out and Will came over with these awesome prosthetics from RBFX, and we decided we wanted to create a creepy clown for you guys. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Before filming, Kiana and I fit the prosthetics to Will's face. After we were happy with the placement of the prosthetic, we applied a thin layer of powder around the edges of the piece. This step is going to give you a map of where to apply the Pros-aide or your adhesive of choice. And it's also going to help when you lay the prosthetic down to give you a rough guideline on where it goes. Starting in the center of the forehead, we applied a thin layer of Pros-aide. And you definitely want to allow the Pros-aide to dry. It turns clear once it's dry, and that's when you know it's ready to go. Next, we went ahead and laid down the forehead prosthetic, starting from the center of the forehead and working outwards. These particular prosthetics are from RBFX, and this clown was sculpted by an amazing artist named Nick Mara. I'll make sure to link their site below. Kiana and I continued to apply more Pros-aide to the perimeter of the prosthetic just to make sure all of the edges are glued down properly. With foam latex, you want to make sure that you glue all of the areas of the skin, otherwise the prosthetic might wrinkle. We repeated that same process for the chin and cheek piece. We applied the chin first, starting again at the center of the face, and then we stretched the cheek pieces up to meet Will's cheeks. These prosthetics are sculpted on a generic face, which means a lot of times you will have to cut and snip to make the prosthetic fit your model's face, which is exactly what we had to do. We'll suggest that we snip a little bit away underneath the chin and overlap the flaps. To blend down all of the edges, we went in with a mixture of 50% spirit gum and 50% alcohol. What you do is you load a little bit onto your brush and let it seep down into the edge. This is a Dick Smith trick, and if you don't know who Dick Smith is, please look him up. He is the godfather of makeup. I didn't catch this on camera, but Will went ahead and applied his clown nose. To paint skin tone onto a foam latex prosthetic, you're going to want to break up some of the opacity. We did this by stippling on a red PAX paint first before we layer other colors on top. Next, Kiana and I applied a light PAX paint on top of the appliance. And it was looking a bit pale, so we went in and stippled a darker skin tone on top as well. With the poor man's airbrush, aka a cut down chip brush, Kiana splattered on a cool tone alcohol activated paint. Then she also splattered on a bit of olive adjuster, which is another alcohol activated paint. Both of these are from PPI. You can't do a proper clown makeup tutorial without a little bit of white face paint. So here I'm using Krylon's Aqua color in white to brush the paint onto the highest points of the prosthetic. This technique is going to highlight all the beautiful sculptural wrinkles and creases of the prosthetic. We all agree that we wanted this clown to look very well worn, like he's been wearing this makeup for a while. So I went ahead and added more patches of white in certain areas to make the paint look uneven. And everybody knows what time it is. It's time to paint the nose. Kiana went in with a red PAX paint and based out the nose. Then I used some darker red alcohol activated paints to deepen any of the dark holes. This nose is meant to look like it's foam and it's deteriorated, so adding those darker shadows is going to make it look even more realistic. For the eyes, I mixed two different cream color concentrates from OCC. The first was called Melody, which was a blue. Then I mixed it with BauHaus, which is a black. Then I messily applied this to Will's eyes. Then I drug that color upwards towards the arches in the forehead. And also applied it underneath the eyes and drug it a little bit downwards as well. For the lips, Kiana applied another cream color concentrate from OCC in District. And again, this is very, very messy. It's meant to look like he applied it himself and that he's been wearing it for about 28 hours, give or take. And to create a little more grunge on the face, I ended up using a black face paint, scraping a little bit of the black face paint off of a cake, and then putting it in a spray bottle, mixing it with water, and then spraying it onto the face. And you want to use your fingers to kind of blot it out so it looks more organic and looks more natural, instead of black spots all over the face. With a black eyeliner from Makeup Forever, I went ahead and filled in Will's waterline. Felt like this made his eyes look a little more sinister, a little more devious, like a clown would be. And that's a wrap on this nightmare-inducing clown tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun collabing with Kiana and Will. If you want to check them out, I'll have all their links to their social medias below. And if you did enjoy this tutorial, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you. And also make sure to join me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more. And I'd also really love to know if you're scared of clowns like I am, and if so, which clown terrifies you the most. I'd have to say mine would be Stephen King's It, specifically Tim Curry as It. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.